Hi, everybody. It's Christina. Give me just a moment while we're setting up here. Let me make sure I can get this pinned to the right area so everybody can find us. Welcome to the Solstice Spirit 2021. Okay, if you are here and you're watching live, could you let me know if you could hear and see me okay? Could you give me a sound check? I would appreciate that. So, welcome to the Solstice Spirit. We were formerly known as the 12 Days of Christmas. So you may remember us from past years as the 12 Days of Christmas. So we rebranded this year and we're now calling it the Solstice Spirit. And we did that because we wanted it to be a little bit more inclusive and we wanted to kind of open up some of the topics. So this is our sixth one. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Kirsten. Good to see you guys. This is our sixth summit, if you can believe it. I can't believe we've been doing this for 6 years. While we're waiting on people to get here, I'll talk a little bit about why we host this summit and what the summit is really all about, especially if this is your first one, if you haven't been here before. So, hello, my name is Christina Quick. I am your host. This is a summit that I run every single year. I've been running it for the past 6 years. I started out, I wanted to create this summit. This was actually the first summit that I ever did on my own after being in summits for years and years and years, right? Being a guest in other people's summits. And I noticed that there weren't a lot of summits around the holiday season. And I noticed that the holiday season can be really complicated for a lot of people. When I set out to do this 6 years ago, I didn't realize how very important and very special that this event would actually become, especially with the pandemic and everything like that. In last year, and the year before, we never took a year off. So no matter what was going on in the world, we still did these events. And I think that now more than ever, it's really, really important to come together and create a sense of community and give people these virtual places to go where they can come and hang out, meet some new friends, take some classes, network with people, but feel included. And especially because we are part of the spiritual crowd, right? We can be these kind of outsiders, and it's really easy to feel isolated during this time, especially because most of us are coming over from the Profitable Psychic Academy, which is my main business. So what I do is I help people start spiritual life coaching businesses. I help people learn how to teach classes online, how to start working with people one-on-one with their spiritual gifts. So whether you're into tarot cards or Reiki, or you're an angel healer, or anything like that, if you're into spirituality and you want to help other people, what I do is I can help you start a business doing that. And my main specialty is in marketing, how to market your services, how to show up online, how to formulate your business model, how to scale your business. I've been doing this for about 10 years. So all of us here who are the main presenters of this summit and who host the summit are all spiritual life coaches. And that's what we do, right? And I just noticed about 6 years ago that there wasn't a summit really around the Christmas time or Yule, whatever you celebrate. And so we decided to go ahead and start hosting one. And we have been just tremendously blessed every single year. The summit keeps growing. Every year we get more and more applicants that want to present in this. And what this is all of the students that are graduating the winter class from my marketing mentorship program. This is our way of graduating that class and putting on this graduation party. So what this really is it's for the community, but also it's to celebrate the students that are graduating or that have graduated. So every single one of the presenters that are going to be presenting this week and teaching a live class or workshop or seminar or hosting some kind of experience and free gift for you, They are all graduates of my marketing mentorship program. And so I just want to celebrate them and just congratulate them. Just help me in congratulating them for that. It's a 6-month program. So, I mean, it was an intense program. And so they are now ready to go out into the world and to start helping people, you know. And what's really significant about doing these summits is that everybody from the past who has graduated in the past can keep coming back. And so you have a great mix of people who are, just kind of getting started in this, but also people who have been here for a while, been doing this for a while too. And so you're going to get all kinds of different live experiences. There's going to be people offering classes and workshops like what I'm doing today is I'm going to teach you how to do something. There's people that are going to be talking about different spiritual subjects. There's going to be people talking about how to work with angels and your spirit guides. There's going to be people talking about divination. There's going to be so many different topics, and there's going to be even live meditations and stuff like that. So I just thank you so much for being here, for helping us celebrate the winter solstice together. Thank you for being a participant this year. And I'm just looking forward to watching all of the amazing workshops. Now, they're going to be replays until December 31st. So you have until December 31st to watch all the replays. And then after that, if they want to take their trainings down and they want to start offering it for sale on their academy or something like that, then they have that privilege to do so. So, but if you want to make sure that you get all of your free gifts and that you watch all of your free workshops, that you want to watch them all by December 31st. And if you can, try to attend at least a couple of them live, especially the ones that you're really, really looking forward to. Thank you so much. Yeah. Okay. So we have a lot of people here also that have been presenters in last year's too. So that's really cool, that are just coming as a participant this year. So there's a lot of different interesting, people and levels to this going on right now. Okay, so what we are here to do is I'm going to teach you how to craft a magically inspired Yule ornament. Okay. There's a lot of tutorials out there, and this is nothing really new. You may be familiar with witch balls. It's a very, very popular way to do magic. You can certainly find many tutorials online, and you can even go on Etsy and you can find many fantastic ornaments already created for you that you can purchase, that you can patron another witch to create for you. So today we're not going to be doing something so as decorative, but we're going to be doing something with the intention of manifesting money. Okay, so that's the main idea. Is this ornament is going to be all about how to put your intention into this ornament in order to have an abundant 2022. I am ready to manifest. Good. Okay, so the very first thing that you're going to need is you're going to need some sort of ornament. Now you can get these. I got like a 12 pack on Amazon for like $10. You could go to Hobby Lobby or Michael's or any craft store. I think even just your regular run-of-the-mill Walmart might even have some of these. Okay, they come in a lot of different sizes. I recommend this size. I want to say this is a 3x3 or a 4x4. I also chose to get plastic instead of glass. You can get glass, certainly, and glass is, beautiful, but I have 3 kitty familiars who love tearing things down off the tree. So I will not be using glass this year. How many people can relate to that? So I will be using plastic because I don't want them to get hurt, and I don't want it to shatter. So, and then you can get many different styles, and it doesn't have to be round. It can be, whatever size or, whatever you want. And they typically have this type of removable cap. So you'll want to make sure that whatever kind you get, you have this removable cap on it. Okay. And now, when you're thinking about what to put into your ornament or why we're even using an ornament, if you think about an ornament, it is a vessel, it's a container. Many of us are very familiar with jar spells, bottle spells. Okay. That is one of the oldest types of magic that there is. And in fact, bottle spells have been part of European magic for centuries, for hundreds and hundreds of years, and even back farther than that in places like Africa, okay, and Egypt. So when you think of an ornament, it's really just a bottle, it's a container, it's a vessel, it's something to put our intentions into to contain it. And furthermore, from there, magic is great and all, but I like to use magic in both a psychological way and a spiritual way. So you have the spiritual way of you are putting your intentions into the ornament, but also the psychological way. How many of us keep our trees up? I do. I keep my tree up till probably about Easter. No joke. I'll probably be keeping my tree up that long. And so physical magic is such an amazing tool for psychological manifesting because you're going to stare at this ornament every single day for several months, right? And so what that's doing is it's becoming a psychological anchor, a magical anchor in your mind. And every time you look at this, you are reminded what your intention is. And if you are constantly thinking of what your intention is, it's going to become your focus of your manifestation, right? So certainly, you could create magical ornaments, not just for manifesting money. You could make one for good health, for making right eating choices. You could make one that is, all about getting active and bringing active energy into your life. If you have a crazy life, maybe you would prefer to make one that's magically intentioned to be relaxing. So there's many different reasons and intentions that you can do. But today I'm going to show you how to do a money manifested one. So in addition, when you're considering what you're going to be putting into your ornament, try to find one that has a wide mouth as much as possible because it's really difficult to, get a lot of things in here if you have a very, very small mouth. So the wider the mouth, the better. And also being mindful of, okay, what are things that are this small that I can actually put in here, right? So some of your herbs, right, if you get into the house and staying, I got you. I understand that. But if you might have to break up some of your herbs. You might have to, instead of using big crystals, you might have to use crystal chips and things like that. So think about small things that you can put in here. Now, some of the things that I like to use in magic is first and foremost is herbs. Herbs are a really, really big part of sympathetic magic, mostly because they're so easy to come by. And there are some herbs that are particularly um, beneficial during the winter season and the Yule Christmas season. Two of those actually, excuse me, two of those are frankincense and myrrh. Okay. Now, whatever religion that you happen to be from, or whatever spirituality you do happen to be from, there is during Christmas time this mythos, the Judaic and Christian mythos of the three wise men. The three wise men were seen as mystics at that time, right? And so they brought the three gifts, and the three gifts were frankincense, myrrh, and gold. So whenever I think of Christmas and I think of abundance, I think of those three things: frankincense, myrrh, and gold. There's a lot of interesting studies that are coming out with frankincense and myrrh that talk about how scientifically burning it helps to relax our nervous system. There are many, many benefits to being able to smell or even just burn herbs. And that is part of magic as well. Magic is a visceral experience, is it not? So, using things that have a smell to them that stimulate the senses, if you can incorporate all of the senses into your magic, you have a much greater chance of manifesting that thing. So, frankincense and myrrh, really, really good. Also, cinnamon is a fantastic, fantastic thing to use during this time. Okay, cinnamon is also a money manifesting herb. Also, good old pumpkin spice. If you only have $3 and that's your budget, fill up an ornament with pumpkin spice. It's the most straightforward. It's got, what does it have? Cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, allspice. And it's, also clove would also be very, very good. Any of these warming spices. So in magic, you have these qualities to items, right? You have these certain qualities. When I talk about warming, I'm talking about herbs that have a spicy kind of energy to them. And what that does is it stimulates in magic. It will stimulate, it will speed things up, it will add warmth to something. Okay. So cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice, those kind of spices, or just regular pumpkin pie, it's great. Now, other or kind of herbs that might be a good thing to use. And in fact, I'm sipping on some star anise tea today, which is another really good money manifesting herb. Very good for the season, very good for your throat. That's what this looks like. Okay. So star anise, really good. You can also use things like citrus peels. Okay. Orange is a very, very good one. I also have some juniper berry in here. I have some dried cranberry. And frankly, if you just go, this is juniper, I think. And if you just go into any section and you look for any type of Christmas potpourri, that's a really good hack to find really good seasonal blends of herbs, because we're not going to be burning this. So I'm not concerned about, I'm not concerned about the effects of whatever sprayed on it or something like that. Now, if I were burning these herbs, then absolutely I would go for like organic type of herbs, food grade organic herbs. But we're not burning this, so you can use just regular potpourri. Another thing I really like to use are pine cones. So these are actually not pine cones, but these were the smallest ones I could find. Aren't they adorable? They're the smallest ones that I could find. These are actually hemlock, eastern hemlock pine cones. I don't know what you would call them, but they're just cute little. I got these. I had these shipped to me by a friend who's out on the East Coast, and she goes and she wildcrafts them. A lot of these things can actually be wildcrafted in your own backyard. And again, even if you can't use a whole pine cone, maybe you could break little pieces of pine cone off, especially those big pine cones. You guys remember in school getting those big pine cones, and putting glue on them and then dipping them in glitter and things like that. You could do that too. But I love these little pine cones. And what I'm going to personally do is, you might be able to see some of the glitter in there, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick out 12 really fat pine cones. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a baggie, put your pine cones in here. I'm going to put my pumpkin spice so it kind of scents them. And then I'm also, because remember I mentioned gold, so I have this 24 karat colored extra fine glitter. Glitter in magic is a glamorizer. What it does is it adds beauty, it adds shimmer, it adds sparkle, it adds excitement, right? And so that's what glitter does in magic. So obviously, I'm not going to put real gold in my ornament. So I'm going to use gold glitter. And I just put like a little bit in the bag here. I can't do a jar spell without glitter. That's how I am too. I have to put glitter in everything. And in particular, gold glitter, because that is my absolute favorite kind of glitter. And it gets everywhere, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm going to put this cap on so I don't knock it over, because how many of us have done that? Another thing too you can use is gold foil. This is it's not food grade gold foil. It's just craft grade gold foil, but it's just little gold pieces, little gold specks. See, I'm covered in glitter already, but that's okay. So I'm just going to grab a couple of these little pieces. I'm going to put it in this bag too. And then I'm going to seal it and make sure I have plenty of air in there. So, because the idea is I don't want to crush these. I want to be kind of gentle with it, but I just kind of want to go back and forth and break up those gold pieces and break up that glitter and make sure that all of that, it's, everywhere on these little guys. Now, you can kind of see, and as I'm going in here, I'll kind of break up that gold and kind of put it on the other ones. Also, these are amazing. These brooms, these cinnamon brooms, these are fantastic. You can do something similar where you can sprinkle gold on it. And these they're like $5. You can get them anywhere, really. But these are wonderful. Put these by your door. Okay. Put them by your door and all of your entrances and your exits. And that's a good way to bring into abundance in your whole year. And when they stop smelling like cinnamon, what you can do is you can just get some cinnamon essential oil. And what I do is I just basically tip it over the top here and let it kind of run down into it and soak it in there. And what that does is it kind of just recharges it. You can also use it to sweep your entrances and your exits. Okay. So especially if you want to do like make a dust or something like that. Oh yes, I love those brooms. I have to get a new one every single Christmas, at least one of them. Okay, so I've got my pine cones mixed. So what I want to do is I've got one kind of started over here. All right, this is kind of the direction that we're kind of going in. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I want to add some herbs to my ornament. So I'm just going to get some of my frankincense and myrrh, and I'm just going to put some in the bottom. You don't have to fill your ornament up all the way, because what I'm going to show you how to do, we're going to stuff this pretty full, so of other things. So you don't need a ton. And also, you know, frankincense and myrrh, it can be a little expensive. So it's in magic, it's not about quantity. So you never have to, it's not like you have to use all your things. You just need one little thing of each thing. So it's not about how much, it's just about the intention you're putting in. So I just put a little frankincense and myrrh in there. Okay. So I also want to put some other herbs in here too. So I want to put there we go. So I want to put some of these other herbs in there as well. So I'm going to put some orange peel. And by the way, it smells so good in here. It smells like Santa's workshop in here, really. I'm going to put some cinnamon bark. I'm going to put some star anise in here. I'm going to put juniper berry. And I know that there is some cranberry in here somewhere. There we are. Okay. So I'm going to put some cranberry in there too. Cranberry's just going to add some sweetness. You could put sugar. Okay. Sugar is a really good one that you could put in there as well. So we've got the herbs. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to count out 12. 12 is an important number because the 12 apostles, but 12 also for the 12 months of the year. Okay. So I'm going to try to pick out really, really fat ones. And I noticed that if you put them in this way, right? If you put them in this way, you can get them in there a little easier, especially if they're a little too big, they'll kind of fold in and they'll go in. Okay. So we're going to do 12 of those. And as I'm doing this, I'm thinking about the months of the year. So that was January. So I'm thinking having an abundant January, having an abundant February, having an abundant March, abundant April, June, September, and so on. Okay. So you'll do that for 12 times. And as you're putting those in, you'll think about the individual months and being abundant in those months. Now, one of the next things I like to do is one of my favorite ways to use Ancestor Money. Now, how many of you have heard of Ancestor Money before? Is this a familiar concept to you guys? Ancestor money is basically fake money that you can burn as an offering to your ancestors. Okay. You can also use it in many other ways too. It's also called hell notes. You might be familiar with that. Now, I went on Amazon and I got this little play money. Okay. So this is just play money. This is just for kids. I'm not going to be burning the money, so I don't need actual ancestor money. I don't need actual hell notes because there's a different ink that's used. Remember, because when you're burning things, the fumes and things like that. I'm not going to be burning this, so I'm not concerned about the ink that I'm using. If you are going to be burning ancestor money, you always want to make sure you're doing it in ancestor coins. Okay, make sure that you are doing it in a well-ventilated area. Okay, awesome. And this comes in, different denominations. This is the money of my country, so that's what I'm going to be using. It's the money symbol that I have the most connection to. You could certainly use real money. You could use $1 bills or $20 bills. Me personally, I prefer my money in the bank where it's collecting interest. So this is why I'm not using real life money. But I got all of the 100s out of here. And if you want, you can buy fake $1 million bills. I mean, you can go as far as, the sky's the limit with this. You can do whatever you want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab 12 100s, and that's going to be one for each month. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Isn't that the most beautiful sound you've ever heard? I could just listen to someone doing this all day, counting money. It's beautiful. Okay, so I've got these. Now, what I want to do is I want to grab a pen, any pen will do, and I want to think of affirmations, or I want to think of goals, or I want to think of wishes that I'm going to write down onto my money. So for example, if you have income goals that you want to hit every single month, write it down on your money, okay? Or if you want to have a baby, write it down. If you want to buy a house, write it down. So all of these things that you want to accomplish in the next year, write whatever that is down. If you don't have anything specific, you can just say, I want to make $10,000 or whatever, or I want peace on earth, or whatever you want to put down. So I'm just going to put, I want $20,000. Okay. I used to do retail banking, and I love counting them notes. I know that that's right. I know. And it's not serious unless you're doing you got to lick your fingers. Okay. So once you've written down your intention on your money, you can do whatever you want. Some people will say, write it down 3 times this way and then 3 times this way. Either which way you do it. Now you want to take your bill, right? And what you want to do is you want to start folding it towards you. And as you're folding it towards you, what you want to do is you want to kind of imagine that the energy is coming to you. Say, I know without a doubt, 100% confident that this $20,000 is coming to me in January. I'm claiming it. This $20,000 is mine. And so you'll roll it into this, and then you're going to you can take some twine. You could take some plain rope. You could take some ribbon. I'm going to be doing some gold ribbon. So I'm going to take some ribbon here, and I'm just going to cut maybe like a 5-inch piece, a generous 5-inch piece here. And then I'm going to grab my little money that I rolled towards myself, thinking about my intention. And then I'm going to wrap some gold ribbon around it. And I'm going to tie that twice because I'm going to double anchor that. You can tie it as many times as you want. And then what I'm going to do is straighten those out. And then I'm just going to decoratively cut the ends of it at kind of like an angle. So it's kind of pretty, And then I'm going to put this into my ornament. And so as you can see, by the time, that you have 12 pine cones and 12, bills in here, it's going to be pretty full. So that's why I was saying, don't worry about stuffing it full of herbs at first. Just make sure you get your pine cones and your bills in here. And then, then you can kind of go back and fill it up with, other things. So what are some more? Let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need 6 more notes. So I would love for you guys to write in the comments below at least one affirmation for next year or something that you want. And I'm going to put it into this ornament for us. So I already have like $20,000 and I already have like peace on earth. I already have, what else did I put in there? New ideal clients that love me and 2 more. But what are some that you would like me to put in there for you guys? Or what are some ideas of affirmations that, let's just talk about ideas of what kind of things to put on these notes that we can put into our ornament. So what are some ideas, guys? How about like social media numbers? Like I'm going to get 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. I'm going to get 5,000 new subscribers. Oh, to have your own practice. Okay, so we're going to create our business in practice. Good. Confidence. We want more confidence. That's a really good one. That fixes a lot of problems. That the pandemic is eradicated. That's a really good one. Okay, so how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, that's a really good one. I want $10,000 per month for doing my shamanic business. Love that, Kirsten. I'm feeling inspired and I'm inspiring to others. That's a good one. I am feeling and I inspire others. Yeah, claim that. That's a good one. Financial freedoms. I have more creative ideas for my business. That's a really good one too. Creative ideas come to me effortlessly. I'm always getting creative ideas. $1 million creative ideas. Okay. So as I'm folding this toward me, we are calling this energy in. You guys are really good at this. Are you guys getting inspired about like what to do for your own ornament? Is this helping you guys like think of really cool ideas to put on your ornament? My content is perfect for my clients and I receive abundant energy. That is a really good one too. Yeah. Okay. Good. Oh, good. I'm glad you guys are liking this. Okay. And then try to do it nicely because it is going to be kind of decorative. But could you imagine, just think about it. I mean, could you imagine starting this tradition this year and then 10 years from now, you're creating time capsules, 10 years from now, a couple years from now, you could go open these back up, and look through them and just take stock of where you've been. And if you want, you could even get some cute puffy paint and write the year on it, So I'm just thinking about like in the future, 5 years from now, looking at this and thinking about all of the amazing things that, that we've accomplished and what was important to me at the time. Because that's really what this holiday season is about. It's about reclaiming your time. That's my opinion. Because when we think about the darker half of the year, we think about this is going to be a theme. I'm not going to talk too much about this because this is going to be a theme that's coming up for the whole week. And there's going to be people that are going to be talking about this exact topic in a lot more depth. So I'm not going to spend too much time talking about it. But this time of the year, the solstice, the darker half of the year, if you're in the southern hemisphere, then it's a little bit opposite for you. You're just coming out of that. But where I am, and where I would say the majority of our members are northern hemisphere. And so for us, we're going into the dark half of the year. And it's just a really nice time to kind of reflect, think back on everything that's, been accomplished. Because especially when you're running your own business, it can feel like an echo chamber a lot of the times, especially if you don't keep track of what you accomplished. I think that's, it's interesting because as a coach, I'll have people that I get on the phone with, I'll have clients I talk to, and some of these clients I've been working with for years and years and years, and I'm just putting the cap back on. And they don't, they'll say, I'm having such a hard time right now. It doesn't feel like I'm doing much. It doesn't feel like a lot is getting done. And I'll be like, yeah, but remember when we first started working together, you couldn't even do this. And now and what an incredible opportunity to, if not but one time a year, just sit down and write about where you're at in your life. What are your most important things that are important to you about manifesting, and just taking stock of that. See, isn't that beautiful? Isn't that so cool? So now it's full of everybody's intentions. And like I said, you can create multiple ones. You can do ones for manifesting money. You can do ones for manifesting health. You could put even crystals in here, like carnelian would be really, really good to put in here. Any type of green crystal, any type of orange crystal, red crystal, because those are the main colors, around this time of year is red, green, white, gold, blue, those types of crystals. Another thing that you can do, something I didn't do, but I could just open it up, and that's probably what I'll do, is I have some money drawing oil. So as you are, writing down your intentions, you could also anoint it with some oil. I didn't do that on each one because I'm just going to drop it into the ornament, but you certainly could just anoint it, right? And whatever symbol or pattern is important to you. And it just adds another beautiful layer of that scent. And, layering your magic is something that's really important if you want long-lasting results. So you can do any spell and you can get really good results, and you can get really, really quick results with any spell, really. But if you want your magic to work for you for a long, extended period of time, layering is very, very important in magic. Okay. So I'm just going to put a little bit of money drawing oil in here. I also have some attraction oil. So one of my key things is I wanted to attract more ideal clients that are looking for my services and my products. So this is actually come to me oil. So I'm going to put a little bit of attraction oil in here. And that's another really great way that you can layer your magic. And then you could choose also from there to light a candle. You could take this off temporarily, and you could just light, take the well, I guess you could just hold it, but take maybe a red or a green or a gold chime candle, and you could have it burning, and you can kind of go around where it kind of seals it. Also, what you could do is you could take some more of your ribbon and go around it. And what I would recommend is hot gluing this. I'm not going to hot glue right now because I always burn myself when I hot glue. So I'm going to do that off camera. But you could, use wax, or you could hot glue your ribbon around it, whatever you want to do, and decorate it. You could get some little charms, like a pentagram charm or a Christmas tree charm or something like that, or a money charm, put it on there. Okay. So lots and lots and lots of ideas of things that you could do. Now, I do have a free gift for everybody. I want to go ahead and give that to you guys right now and tell you a little bit about this free gift. So what it is I have been working with people who want to become spiritual life coaches for about 10 years now. And what I've done is I've created 4 different archetypes that go along with that go along with the business models of people. So what I've basically done is, after working with so many people, I've created these categories. So based on your values, what's important to you, what you want your business to look like, how much time you have, what level of skill you're at, you're going to be placed into one or more of these categories, right? And so these categories are archetypes, and archetypes are basically like symbolic representations of an idea. And we know them like as, if you know tarot cards, then you know the archetypes are like the major arcana. Okay. And so I have in 4 different categories. We have the healer, we have the warrior, we have the shaman, and we have the mystic. And based on those particular, what it's going to do is you open up the PDF and you have a quiz. Okay. And so when you take this quiz, it's a 5-question quiz. It's a very, very simple quiz. It doesn't require a lot of forethought or anything like that. But what it will do is it will help you figure out where your values and where your intentions mostly are right now. And so once you get your results, then there's an additional bonus training for each individual category. So for example, when I got done with the quiz, I am a hybrid between shaman and warrior, and I have a little bit of mystic. Mystics are mainly they're magically oriented people. Warriors are movement oriented people, meaning both movement in the body, but also aligning with certain causes. Um, let's see, healers are mostly into like Reiki and crystal healing and stuff like that. And then shamans are also, they do a lot of mediumship, they do a lot of trauma work. Okay. So different categories of different types of spiritual advisors. Okay. And so you'll take the quiz, you'll get the result, and it will tell you what percentage of, each of these things that you are. Once you have gotten your results, then what you're going to want to do is you're going to watch the video that corresponds to each of those, because each video is going to talk about different strengths of that particular archetype. What are some modalities that would be really good for you to pursue? What's a good business model? What is your specific path to 6-figure success? If you want to make $100,000 a year or more, what is a good business model, and what are some good modalities for you to get into? So it takes into consideration, what are your ambitions, what are your skills and talents, and it places you. It's like Harry Potter sorting hat, right? So it sorts you into your category, and then from there you have a video training on your path to 6-figure success. So some of you may be teachers, some of you may be setting up an academy, some of you might be better off doing like a membership program. Some of you might be better off doing one-on-one appointments or doing group coaching or something like that. Okay. So it'll tell you all of these things. And then after you've taken that and you watch those videos, there's another free bonus introductory course about how to become a spiritual life coach. So it'll tell you, what is a spiritual life coach? What's the difference between a spiritual life coach and just a psychic advisor? How do you shift out of being a professional psychic to then being a spiritual life coach? How to package your services, all of these core business essential information that you're going to need in order to have a successful business. So I want you to make sure that you take that quiz. And even if you've already taken that quiz before, I would still say take it again because you are a different person, especially if you took it like a year ago or more. You have different intentions and ambitions now. So maybe retake it and see where it places you, and maybe you'll find a more aligned, uh, track with your business about where it's going to go and what model that you're going to get into. Now, if you are listening to this and you're like, I would really like to be a presenter in the summit, or I would really like to start teaching people about my spiritual gifts, I'm sure you out there have a lot of things that you're very, very gifted at, whether you're a tarot reader or you read oracle cards, or you're a medium, or you do past life regression, or you do spell work for people, or you're into angels or Reiki or any of those things, or herbal healing, any type of alternative complementary type of therapy. If you know that you want to start helping people, whether as a side hustle or that you want to start helping people, even quitting your job and going into this full time and being a life coach to people and helping people achieve their goals and helping them stay consistent, or teaching people your skills, there's comes a point where it's okay to stop learning and to start teaching, right? Then I want to invite you to join the marketing mentorship program. And what it is a 6-month program. So it's kind of a hybrid program. So you get 12 modules and it walks you through. So in the beginning, we talk about money mindset and we do energy work around that. And then we start talking about like, what is our transformational life story? Why would anybody listen to us? What is our life experience that sets us up to say that, because a lot of what we encounter is imposter syndrome. So the first beginning of it is really all about how to conquer that imposter syndrome, how to work through it. And then we start getting into the more uh, advanced things like how to create your services, how to set up your packages, ideas about how to get into passive income, thinking about a 1 to 5 year business plan from now, how to set up your business now so that you can just move along and keep going 5 years from now, right? Because how many of us build our business and then realize, okay, I can't scale from here? How do we start out on the right foot and make sure that we're setting up a scalable business so we're not running into these income roadblocks? And then we even go into things like copywriting, how to write copy. We talk about how to create content marketing calendars. So there's a lot to it. And so the course is always yours when you come in. When you enroll, the course is always yours. But you also get 6 months of group feedback. And what that means is in the group, you'll submit your homework and I'll give you feedback. And we do that on Mondays. And then once you graduate the course, then you can come and be a presenter in our summits. And we actually do 2 of them. We do the Summer of Magic, which is in June, and we do the solstice spirit. So we celebrate both solstices. And, if you want to become more involved in your local spiritual community, this is your way to do that. This is your entry point. So if you are really thinking about starting a business or you're interested to talk to me and see if you would be a good fit, to see if, where you're at kind of lines up with what I can offer to you and what I can teach you, I would love to know if you would be interested, and I would love to talk to you. I'll tell you straight up, either you are a good fit or you aren't, and it's no hard feelings either way. Good, I'm going to retake it. Awesome. How about putting in the ornament to give me strength and energy to follow through with? That's a really good one too. Especially if like accountability, that's a really good one because accountability is a really, really big part of it, isn't it? Same. I wonder how it changes from before and after the mentorship program. Oh, your business. So you would have more clarity for sure. Clarity is always a good thing. Knowing what you're offering, why you're doing certain things, I think is the most important thing. Because when you're starting your business and you're starting this marketing thing and you're trying to learn how to market, it's like it's hard to know that what you're doing is actually giving you results. And so what happens is you end up going through burnout. And so what I try to do in the marketing mentorship program is teach people things that work, that are going to give a good return on investment. And so if you know what you're doing is going to give you a return, then you can feel more confident about putting your energy into that. And so much of sales is just showing up energetically for that sale, which is, I know it's a weird concept to think about, but if you're marketing and you're not really sure if you're going to get any business from it, or you're not sure if you're doing it the quote unquote right way, or a way that's going to be actually producing profit for you, not just breaking even, not just paying your bills, but actually elevating your lifestyle, then that's what the marketing mentorship program is really about. It's about teaching you these things that actually do work, that they have significance in building your business, and making money. And so you stop wasting time. And that's really integral because time is money, right? I do need that to get through the other side of stuff and get business back and going. And that's something that a lot of people say once they enroll in the mentorship program, is that I really, the information is good, but I really just want to be around people who are doing this. And that's why we keep doing the summits too. And we invite the alumni to come back every single year, because it's an opportunity for me to grab them and pull them back into their business. It's really common for people to start businesses and kind of putter out after about a year or two. And it's always nice to have those things that you can always look forward to draw you back into the business. So I try so hard to motivate you guys and get you guys excited about what we're doing, and to be part of the community in a more intimate way. And I think that that's a really key part of feeling confident, is knowing you have that community to kind of back you up. Yeah. Well, this has been a fantastic start to the solstice spirit. I am so thankful that everybody has stayed here for the full training. Please go take that quiz. Please just, the world needs more light workers. It needs more people that are willing and able to do miracles for other people. So, if nothing else, please go take that quiz and at least start thinking about becoming a spiritual life coach, because truly the world really does need you. All right. So we have some amazing workshops coming up. Make sure that you see the pin post for all of the workshops that are coming up this week. I look forward to watching all of the workshops with you. I'll be right there alongside you, watching you and cheering you guys on. I hope that you guys have an incredible rest of December. I hope that you have an even better happy holidays, and we'll see you guys in the group. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, all of those amazing things. Bye, guys. Thanks for coming.